Forsaken, abandoned to the dark, what choice but to follow the flame? To seize the world with this fire is to see it burn first.
Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 8 of our Astragoth Ironhand Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here to finish off the last of Grimgor's Hard Boys, and then figure out exactly what we are up to from there. I almost called them the Iron Boys. We'll also go ahead and grab Barustin and settle up here at Blackfang. I would like to go for a factory here. We've already got 2 outposts. So we go ahead and grab 1 factory, that way we can try to boost up the production of the raw materials here, as well as go ahead and grab us some more gold. We could always use some more money, that we get even more armies out and running around. I would like to grab an additional one and get them running pretty much nothing but a bunch of laborers and probably wolf riders. But we can go ahead and get the Tower of Hashut here, tier 5 up in Uzkulak, which should be fantastic. We could even rush it if we wanted to. Our labor would take a pretty huge hit, but hey, that's a tier 5. Actually, is there a objective for that one that makes that worthwhile? No, we do get some treasury, the Demon Flask of Shock, which is going to rupture people. Gambler's Armor and a Sword of Antiheroes. That we can do. What was the battle for the Black Hammer now? It was mostly a ton of Black Orcs and some artillery. We also need to do some replenishing first, and we need to deal with this current army we are staring down. So here at Blackfang, do we have just enough raw materials to go for a workshop? Their major commercial endeavor is the manufacture and sale of weapons, which begin their journey here. And yeah, the more weapons we actually do build up, the more we can send out on convoys as well as use ourselves, so let's go ahead and immediately construct the factory in, using up a good deal of our labor. And then the factories are also great because if you can take a look, they always have a better garrison off the bat than your normal outposts. Outposts are going to have your Hobgoblin Archers as their, and a unit of Wolf Raiders as their main kind of damage dealers. Meanwhile, Blackfang, our factory, is going to have a unit of Blunderbusses, which can kind of single-handedly hold the line for you in a lot of cases. All you got to do then is get in the walls, which these are actually able to have. So these are actually all going to be walled settlements, or I'm sorry, unwalled settlement battles, your minor settlement battles, whereas no outpost will be, even with their defensive buildings in. Even defensive buildings give us 3 more laborers and 1 warrior, another blunderbuss, and then an additional warrior. So honestly, you're spending a ton of gold for not a lot of extra units there. You have the resources to get the factory up 1 more tier. I think I want to start going ahead and producing some more. Since we've got the tier 5 settlement, I don't mind using up a little bit more of our raw materials to start producing in some more weapons. Alright, before spending any more of our gold though, let's go ahead and have Astragoth deal with Ograt, who in between episodes I did in the turn, and he got in all of the RORs in 1 single turn, and this garrison replenished quite a bit. Auto-resolve is going to allow us to win with only losing our 3 laborers, which actually is going to be probably a pretty clever idea. I, though, am going to charge on in with Astragoth and our Toruk, Crump Thrograt, and finish him off from there. Let's charge on in and add the Firemouth Temple to our list of... Well, we may make this one a factory. All this lava might do a very good job of keeping things powered. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and grab wings and chuck them all the way over there. You better stay alive. Figured anything we were going to lose for the auto-resolve was going to be them. They did tune up the single entities and how they work in auto-resolve, but they might have done it a little bit too much, because if any of units we were going to lose, it was going to be this one with the 500 health. It's only like a single volley from any of these little guys in here. So let's go ahead and start deployment. We do have several Night Goblins to worry about. Those ROR units being what they are. I'm thinking this side will be the best to attack from, though, because we have plenty of, at least should be, 3 fire angles into here. So make sure you're all the way on the side. And I have added in at the request of the Skaven Man. Additional mod that we'll go ahead and show off here after this battle. They should be able to fire over here. They have a lot more linear... Your magma cannons have a lot more linear fire angle than your other artillery. Also, I'm very glad we're not playing Pharaoh here, because the enemies in Pharaoh would absolutely come out of the settlement after us. Anytime they know they're going to lose a battle, or they feel, AI feels very strongly it's not going to win, they will always sally out to fight you on the minor or major, well, not the major, but the minor settlement battles. Alright, go ahead and have all of our bull centaurs over here. Let's get the shielded lads up front to catch any tower fire. They're still not going to enjoy it, but they will better than anyone else. The wolf boys over here will have the flying doom. Yeah, the fact that you're the ROR one that drops Dreadquakes is quite ridiculous. Castellan up front. Our 2 Taurooks ready to go hunt down lords. And then what are we missing here? Our normal Dawizar warriors or Drothzar. They don't call themselves the Dawizar. That would be their untainted cousins. I believe that's the whole squad. Let's get all the main characters, including our Red Bull here. Infantry. Missile troops, and then our cav. Let's whoop us some orcs. Yeah, the magma... Oh, it's not the magma cannon at all. The magma cannon's got good shots. Go ahead and choose one. Maybe they don't have fire angles. Even the business. I guess those magma cannon shots freak the game out a little bit. Alright, well, that destroyed those wolf raiders. We'll take it. Everyone else advance. They do have the barriers here to stop our Centaur Renders from coming in. We'll just send them up the hill. With the help of Astragoth and company. We'll go ahead and have you just kind of start sniping out the swamp things. Just get them caught on fire so they're real unhappy. You should be able to turn and really just delete this blocker. Oh, are they coming out? Oh, they sallying forth. Advance the normal lads, except for you there, artillery. I saw that. I mean, they are sitting some of them outside. Are those night goblins? No, they're just normals. Go ahead and smush them. Waddle over there. There's likely more night. There are a couple of night goblin teams in the back here. We'll have to at least keep an eye out for. Listen up, here, boys. This might be overkill, but we can afford it. And then they were no more. Alright, so there are their ROR. You go ahead and pull back there. Centaurs, I'm not sure exactly why we're not getting super great damage, but just need to let that happen. These other renders can keep going on up the hill then. I'm surprised this first group's even still alive. Give you the rocket boots. Go ahead and chuck one of the burning wraths this direction. Artillery, time to start leading the wolf riders. Are they firing on the wolf boys? Yeah, it's the best targets for them by far. Castellan, go ahead and help out here. We'll send in the laborers on either side. Let's advance the shotguns a bit. This group of archers I'm going to go ahead and delete with the danger noodles. Okay, here we go. There's the Death Creepers. So can you burner boys come on up? Get some shots on them. Those Gobbo archers should go away pretty quickly, but they're just a wee bit discouraged. They're not all the way. Alright, laborers, you guys come up this way with us. Everyone, one big squad. We can just go for more Hellhammer to annihilate whole squads. So you, Astragoth. We need a bit more range. That's fine. You should go ahead and charge right through them. Goblin spears now actually do have charge reflection and such, so we will Want to try to break that brace. Everyone else go up on however they want. Yeah, there they go. The brace was broken, so we can charge right through. You two go this direction. Everything up front's going fantastic. Go ahead and Kadai turn it on around. We got them back a little bit faster. They blobbed up the rusty arrows nicely. Have you both fire on this. I'd like to see how good they are against. I'd love to see how good they are against the likes of towers. But yeah, I always forget we have Dreadquake mortars. Let's just go ahead and send this on down. Astragoth, let's go for a Hellhammer. Get these squigs in one spot to be perfect. They're likely going to run. So in that case, let's go ahead and trade this over to getting a something that's a little bit less wasteful. Heroic Charge in. Black Gem of Nard to weaken everyone there. What a weird bit of lag here. So after this battle, I'm going to go ahead and give it a restart. We shouldn't have this much lag for not much going on. That's concerning for the future. Alright, they took down the tower. Just took quite a few shots, actually. Yeah, the amount of lag we have here is unacceptable. Alright, we'll go ahead and delete this group. Send the Centaurs away. We're a little bit surrounded back here. We definitely need to send in some help. In the form of a Dreadquake mortar. Our shotguns aren't being super useful, so let's go ahead and try to bring Blunderbuss support in. They are trying to follow. It's the most dangerous thing here by far, so I definitely respect it. Alright, Centaurs, you're doing your thing. Go ahead and bring the magma cannons forward a bit if we can. Actually, take it back. Have them take out this tower. Taking them quite some time to actually capture that zone. Drain them. And now we bring in the artillery. The sky artillery. Yeah, that was a pretty good charge as is. Rough Riders get ahead and pull on away. Didn't realize he'd taken so much damage. We had extra speed, and then we drop the Dreadquake. Yep, no one's ready for a free Dreadquake. And that group's broken. Let's go ahead and bring them back around and have them start firing here. Meanwhile, this whole squad can get moving through. The two Taurooks can blobber this group. Now you guys come through after these surviving skirmish troops. Drossar warriors are a little bit slow getting on in there. It's because they move with purpose. And keep flying over the top. And they got some pretty serious damage just from there. Give them the Armor of Contempt that we definitely should have a little bit earlier on. Slow and weaken and everything here for fire, and there's the victory. We did it without losing any of our, almost these work laborers. Now, right in the last-ditch effort of Grimcore with all of his ROR just didn't quite pay off. And that means this is going to become ours now. We got Blood Peak, the Veil of Titans, and Firemouth Temple. I think in the Mountains of Morn, even if we do put things in as a... Oh, we actually can't make things a tower here. It's either an outpost or a factory. We'll go for another outpost. We can't have too many raw materials. Also, we'll have to see what the furs give us here. Recruitment cost for Chaos Dwarf infantry for the region. That's not fantastic. And in that case, we might convert this over to a factory. It doesn't cost anything, so let's see just what the furs give us in the factory version. Its Dark Ravagers are now unlocked, so we've got ourselves even more Bull Centaurs for Astragoth's force. Grimgors, our boys, are no more. Which hilariously means that Greasus gets to actually build up his empire a little bit. We're going to leave him alone for the time being and move to start securing the Darklands. You have to keep in mind that the Greenskins in the mountains, the World's Edge Mountains, are actually starting to get pushed back by both Zarina Katarina and the Dawi, so we need to move carefully. Oh, the Bloody Hand has actually claimed 8 peaks. Starsnake lost to Wurzag. Makes sense to me. Alright, now we've got 3,000 gold. What can we really spend it on? As I said earlier, I would like to actually start getting another army in. A few turns of good income sound pretty nice to me, too. Increases the workload by 100. Let's go ahead and... I think taking this up to Blizzard Peak's not a bad idea. There's not really much up there that's going to try to fight us. Control's only going down by 2. We'll go ahead and put in the watchtower first. This is where we're not losing any more control. Yeah, Franklin, you get over here to join up with Bruce. We have 2 more Castellans, which I definitely think we want. The Sorcerer Prophets, too, because they're very good at, or the Demon Smith Sorcerers, because they can actually heal up your war engines. Pretty solid. Of course, we've got no more money now. Giant lands, we are generating labor. Wonder if there's a reason. Go ahead and pull Zornu's Cool up. Which is just right here, isn't it? Do I have any more labor buildings going in? That's going to need 300 workforce as opposed to 150. We got plenty. Let's go ahead and send some more guys back to Zarnagrund. We'll see if I've miscalculated that pretty quickly. That's getting converted. We're good to go. We'll save up the rest of the labor we have just in case we need to send some surplus around. Alright, sweet. Back down here to Astragoth. We'll pass out those skills. Emulating the Dark Wisdom. Let's go for Earthing, that way those spells miscast and turn him even more to stone. Like, one of the things about the Dawizar is every time they do miscast, part of their body is actually turning to stone in the process. So if they get really unlucky and it's one of their important internal organs, or like their head or something, they just immediately die. Yay, being a Drothzar. Go ahead and grab that last point into spread control. Boost income sounds good too. Since we're not really in any current wars, we can kind of just focus on building up for a moment. But launching an invasion of Cathay before Zatan can is a pretty good idea. There's a lot of good resources out there. Also, taking the Mountains of Morn from Greasus, not a bad call. And it'll be pretty safe too, because we could use the greenskins as a shield. We can come down through the Mountains of Morn, and then kind of pop out over here and conquer across from the other direction. We're missing out on these gems here at the Silver Pinnacle. You want to wait till Dusty's Wall goes away. He is going to succeed in it, which is a little bit scary. Cool. Do I have any lords that I have just kind of sitting in the back that I can re-recruit? Good old Earl. Okay, Earl, how much are you going to increase our costs? Just 250? That's not bad. We'll leave you here at Dorky Board. Help increase up our control, too. Alright, so for now, I'm going to give you... a couple of goblin laborers. They're very cheap. 4 additional control sounds great. And then can we give you any good items before we end the turn here? We have a Dwemer Leech Orb. That's a thing. Forbidden Rod and a Trickster's Shard. We'll go ahead and combine those up. So did we get a Terrifying Mask of E out of that? Oh, no, even worse. We'll give you the Mask of Purification. And any ancillaries we have laying around. So the Hobgoblin Standard and a Banner of Aconite. Actually, that probably needs to go to Bruce. Oh, Bruce is not. Yes, he is. What are you talking about? Back over here to Earl. Pick these on off. something weird about the standards being passed around. Either way, now we've got the Hobgoblin standard to this Banner of the Khanate here. Buff up those Hobgoblins. Aura effect, leadership. Does any of these give us more control? Yes. Yoink. Steal that from Astragoth. Okay, so Kevin, you just keep an eye on Destiny and we'll end the turn here. Commandment available. No, we won't. We'll wait just a half second. Yeah, for now, we're just going to continue to buff up control as much as possible. And a turn. That's right, Olaf, as you can just keep trying to draw us into war. Oh, non-aggression pact. See, Olaf, I'm kind of just waiting for you to be very weak, and I'm going to rush up and stab you in the back. Also hoping Throg can keep Malachi busy for a very long time. We'll see, though. We will absolutely see. It'll depend on how good Boris does. So, nope. No non-aggression for you. We shall wait. Boardwalkers in the Varg are now 1, and now we've got hollow rounds. High velocity bullet at close range can damage the mind, shattering the skull, shredding the brain, and severing the spine. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. You're damaging the mind that way. 8% more missile strength for Blunderbuss's Infernal Guard, and then 6% less reload time. Okay, so now we've pretty well secured the mountains. So what I think I want to do with Bruce is we'll have him circle back around here to kind of join up with Earl. Dusty's looking for another target.
Don't mess with me.
Oh no,
What's your message?
How are the Lobby and Sisterhood still around? You can't get rid of the Sisterhood, they're so sneaky. So they're going after the Knights of Calador now. Drazowith is still alive down here. Oh, Grimgor. Grimgor, how are you all the way over here? Or Greasus, that is. There's some really weird settlement stuff going on here with the OVN Lost World. Alright, further increase our income there. Here's going to give us more root rank for Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. That's kind of strange. I think we can get some, like a Hobgoblin recruitment going in the mountains, but it's not super fantastic. I think the factory version of most of these is going to be a little bit better. Let's find out. Oh, is it exactly the same? It is not different. It's a hattery either way. You won't just make you a hat, but they'll sell it to you too. Fantastic. Okay, well, a lot of our icons being hidden in the mountains here isn't super great. I mean, just producing the animal resource cages is going to give us trade. But I think we should be more concerned about increasing our own outputs for trade. So Dorjny Fort, we can get even more raw material output for the whole province. Up to 30% more. So if we look at this, 10% more is only going to be 30 raw materials, roughly. Or exactly. That's not a ton more there. Be 50 out of this one to start. Be an 80 total increase. Or we could just get gold. The factory guardhouse as well. I mean, it's in an area where you likely do want the guardhouse. Even if it makes me a little bit sad. Let's go ahead and grab the weapons workshop and the guardhouses. One's gold, one's raw materials. Alright, Franklin. Definitely need you over here. That is a lot of savage orcs. They will obliterate our Hobgoblin armies. At least the ones not led by... The ones not led by Gordas, that is. We have a military access back with you clowns, right? Perfect. I propose we help you with your green skin problem. Also gonna get us a little bit more gold in the process. we pick a fight with the ogres? I think I would really like to. Well, let's go ahead and have Astragoth just kind of slink his way down here through this mountain pass. We can hit Karakazorn, which this is actually a major settlement, so we can turn it into a tower. It doesn't seem to cost anything to convert these back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back into an outpost. Even though it's kind of a waste of that thing's turn. I did want to see for science if we could get a different building for... But we cannot. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make Grook the Backbreaker, the Temple Guardian, to kind of keep everyone else nice and safe. We've got our Murderous Charger and our Guardian. He's already got the Black Gem of Nar, which is perfect. Okay, excellent. You... Oh, it's saying we can steal seats. I would prefer not to. Getting the Demagogue here would be great. Having more active convoys, though, I'm also very keen on. So maybe we'll snag the extra Conclave influence per factory, and then we'll let someone else grab Grand Architect. I mean, all of these abilities here are fantastic in Tier 2. Okay, so for our next bit of tech, we're going to come on in to grab Martial Training. Spend a bit of our armaments there. Gives us more crew rank and more experience gain across the board. Then we'll go ahead and grab Ceaseless March afterwards for more movement range. Exactly. And Earl. Really, we'll just keep you in Dorsey Fort. But I'd like you to build up some magic faster, so let's come out of Dorsey Fort, and then... Oh, you actually don't have a channeling stance. That's fine. You can hang out here then. Alright, labor's looking good. But we do need to make sure we're getting into another fight quite soon to start generating more. In fact, we'll probably have, once Astragoth starts, he's fully replenished, or at least once these guys are fully replenished, we can let the Red Bull be a little bit injured. Start doing some raiding here in Azorn. Start yoinking away some laborers that way. Soften them up also a little bit for our invasion. Like increased control. Hero not moved. Yep, that's all the ones we have here. Franklin's coming to join up with Bruce. Ooh, that's so many Savage Orcs. Bruce, can you drop into an ambush? Problem is, they might just choose to go after the eagle areas, which would be all sorts of bad. And they can't reach, because when they're in raiding, they actually don't lose any of their move. Oh, they lose 25%. I thought they lose none of it. Well, either way, they can actually probably reach. Alright, we'll get this figured out here next turn. Franklin, come on over. Bruce, you switch back into in-camp stance for me. That'll be that. We'll come on back down to Astragoth, and that'll be our turn. Alright, Kimri is gone. Turns out Cetra does not rule. You never drill too much, whether that be drilling for Hashut's blood or drilling the Dawi Zar armored forces to brutal perfection. Wouldn't we call them the Droth Zar? Listen, that's why I keep calling them the Dawi Zars, because they call them that. Your command of the Tower of Zar Grand Reaper seat has granted you more capacity for Great Taurus. Or do they yoink away my other seat? Something suspicious here. No, I guess only one of them triggered that turn. Okay, fair enough. We can go ahead and grab Flame and Shadow now. Max out our Sorcery District. Red Quake Battery in friendly territory is so strong. We just don't have very many factories. That one's not going to be super useful. Construction time for all buildings -1. Let's do that. Building things that much faster sounds awesome. And here we already have one factory, or one mine, so we'll just put it in a money pit. Now power strength rank 4. So getting into a fight with Greece, this is going to be no joke. He's got 10 settlements. Okay, then. Yeah, that's interesting. He's a little bit more powerful than I thought he was. So how about we try to start drawing some of his forces over here? Your power doesn't interest me, Greasus. Coral, you were worth really fighting the hero of the Blue Roses. Here we go. Bulge Farg. He's got a bunch of bulls. Get his big bully, she'll be rolled right back down the mountain in short order. Eagle areas, we'll just go ahead and put in the money-making building. They're moving through, which is a little bit concerning. Problem is, all of our settlements here are fairly in the way. They're gonna go after Clarkaron. Just let the top knots move on along then. We can try to kind of pursue them on out of here. We can bring you back over to help out with the invasion of Greasus, as he's a strength rank 4 faction. I think the fact that he's got settlements down here means he very well could just come up straight through. So I am going to... let's bring Bruce back through, so you can move further and just normal march to do that. Ooh, I'm not sure. You know what? I'm gonna go all in on the war with Greasus. So we're gonna come back to Blackfang. Have Franklin come join up. Get rid of one of these work laborers for Franklin. This army should be able to recruit plenty of hobgoblins in a hurry, so we'll go ahead and just kick out the rest of our laborers here and replace them pretty much all with hobgoblins. So one more sneaky get is pretty much, I guess, all we can afford. We'll replace them as we go. Global there is not that big a deal. The factory makes it have a little bit more gold. I think we just want to keep going for the tower upgrades. Gun turrets and such. Earl, let's get you some more laborers. Perfect. If the top knots choose to invade, we're not going to be super ready for it, but... waited a little bit more on a replenishment too. That's alright. They're very unlikely to declare war on us this turn for raiding them. I've been proven wrong before, but highly unlikely. Alright, down with Astragoth. 84 new ogre laborers. Right, no war with the ogres, but grow your forces is done, so 750 treasury and a war banner. Now we've got a Hellbound standard too. Believe it or not, it's possible to make furious demons even more furious. This banner, inscribed with the symbols of chaos and imbued with the darkest sorceries, ought to do the trick. So more attack and weapon strength for the assigned war machine unit. Glorious. Yes, we've got a power stone. 2 convoy contracts. Alright, well, them having an army here in the Vale of Titans is a bit of an issue. Or, like, they can have armies just kind of come up through here and hit some of our smaller settlements. Top knots are now fighting Khorne as well, which that works for everyone. They still have that Wa army running around, so you have to be a little bit careful there. Your squad keep going on down, and then we'll give in the turn recruiting up a few more hobgoblin cutthroats. Gives us up to 4. Hobgoblin cutthroats, and then maybe might even just giving them the blazing beards for a little bit of grenade work in the center here. They've got maybe 1 bit of armor, but I'm not sure there. Haven't fully decided. Stores. Better defenses, upgrade to the challenge stone. Which, since we can upgrade the challenge stone, costs a little bit less than... I mean, it's only tier 2. Go ahead and take that up to the battlements then. Perfect. Producing up 90 armament sounds amazing. The second we declare war on the ogres, things are going to get spicy over here. But you know me. Murder hobo tendencies away. This army isn't the most potent, but they have no flyers at the moment, the ogres. So the red rust is just going to rain in death on the ogre bulls we come into contact with. Time to subjugate Greasus. You supposed to be scary or what? He's got the same accent as the orcs. Oh, that's not good. Well, do they have walls? Would this be a proper siege? It wouldn't be. It would just be us bullying Greasus's guys. Let's see how bad the auto-resolve is here. And not too bad. We would have done much, much better, but won't worry so much about that. Let's go ahead and sack the settlement first. Drag back as much labor as possible. And then we'll turn back around and claim it as a tower. There we are. Establish a little bit of a presence down here. Thankfully, we can move through the mountains faster than the ogres can. Or at least with our underway stance, we can move quite quick through the mountains. They can just use march stance, to be fair, but puts them at a disadvantage. Alright, I'm going to put in the patrol routes and the Thane Guard here. And besides, we don't have a whole. Let's pull the province tab up. Titan's Notch, which thankfully does have some defenses, but against a group of ogres, they're just going to get run right over. Okay, cool. Well, let's swing on back around to Earl. Have him grab a couple actual units, so we'll get one more orc, two more orc, and then I want to save so we can get him some shotguns. We'll save the rest of our gold there for now. For the shotguns, what do we really need? We need a main line building, I believe, which we could put in here. And Uskalok, maybe. Definite maybe. One down here with Astragoth, and that'll be the turn.
Ustrakma and Corsa and Garni. Uzaruf Rumlith.
I'm sorry, what? Corson wants military. Are you right here? There's a Cornate tribe here in the mountains? Huh. Oh yeah, Drippin' Fangs has been successful in their wall, but now they no longer have those wall units, so if we were to punch them, now would be the time. Now we've got the Master Mason, and we need to deal with the Veil of Titans. I think we can. Ooh, Maratus has finished his convoy, giving us some lovely raw materials, as well as a powerful berserker. Sometimes extra protection is needed on the perilous journey back to the plains of Zarduk. Extra income from raiding, more income from sacking, and then a war mammoth with a war shrine for our convoy. Not bad. Go ahead and give that ancillary over here to Astragoth if we can. Get rid of our banner of the Khanate here. Powerful berserker, absolutely. Hellbound standard for War Machine. I don't have any War Machine. I mean, this one counts. Nah. That's not necessary. So I would like to see where the ogres are over here, but I think the best call is going to be utilizing our underway advantage. If they want to fight us in the underway, we have extreme advantage due to our artillery and our shotguns. There we go. Now we can threaten Amble Peak or Valley of Horns. They are also likely threatening up here, Blood Peak or Yeti. we will want to do. The walls upgraded at Direct Frag is not necessarily a bad idea. Challenge Stone gets the walls upgraded too. I think I want the factory walls at Dwarf Vort. And then Black Fang's factory could be upgraded. Eagle Aries, locked stores will go up. And then we'll also go ahead and upgrade the factory here at Black Fang. We should be able to have enough raw materials for this next turn, correct? Just about exactly. Beautiful. Exactly, we'll get Bruce sprinting on down. Have you jump through the mountains in the right way? Oh, almost. That's fine, bud. How do you get him this way? Great, so Karakazorn, we go ahead and take up a tier 2. No. We'll save for the upgrades to the provinces that we have already built up. Earl, I'm also going to have you save. Stay here in Dwarf Vort, but let's move over to Great Skull Lakes. That way you're kind of moving around. Not getting bored. He has completed his convoys. We'll go ahead and give you for the next trip better sales, or better scales. Don't have a lot of treasury, but we should have that secondary convoy. I believe we've recruited one. There we go. Dipty. We'll add Dipty on in and see what we can send out. Ooh, 400 is the minimum? Okay, then we're gonna have to wait until next turn. Alright, game, thank you. Appreciate the auto zoom. Yeah, now back down here with Astragoth again and the turn. Right, Legion of Asgore has claimed a seat. Oh no, they both have. The horror. Pace is punishing, but with no breaks and no slowing down. March or die. And here's Bulgfarg. Kind of what we expected to keep straight after Blood Peak. I can't quite save it, but we can jump over in the underway. Okay, which seat have you claimed? The Demagogue, so now you've got Flame and Shadow, such a good ability. Now we've got that district unlocked. Looks like Zatalon also came in and grabbed the Ordinator. Alright, fair enough. Grabbing the Warmonger. Not a bad call, but we really haven't had any sieges in some time. Alright, well from there we can go ahead and have Astragoth. Do some further damage to Ogre Kinds. We'll cut through the middle here. Try to take out the Veil of Titans as well. Eliminate any reinforcement support they might have. Razor Standard on you guys, and again, that's just a nice and small group of ogres. We'll auto-resolve it. We'll go ahead and sack it first. We may not be able to move back in now. Oh, sweet, perfect. This shall be a brand new outpost. How exciting. You get to work for the rest of your lives. All free. We got 3,000, so let's come on up to... Did the Karak gun turrets go up in price? Likely something... Oh, here, it's Saber Mountain. That's what I was looking at. So these ones are the ones that are slightly discounted because of our commandment. Alright, now while that's building up, let's go ahead and switch it back over to the billowing smokestacks. Labor margins are looking good for now, but we really can't afford to send any back to the Zarnagrun. We gotta keep everyone working. 3k positive income. And right now, we're good buddies with... Sure, we're good buddies with Archaon. Non-aggression pact with lots of lads. I just don't want to with the Gorobodny. Defensive alliance with the Norskins. They have too weak. and not of any use to us. Go ahead and upgrade the treasure trove. And the goat pastures. We can start getting these on in. Eventually it'll drop upkeep for Lamasu, Great Taurus, and Bale Taurus faction-wide by 3%, which I say is pretty good. Alright, Earl, you keep holding the fort down. Bit of a boring job, but someone's got to do it. Alright, so Future of the Dawizar gives us a higher chance of dropping magical items. Harbor guilds for ports, hotter furnaces for more income and armaments. Let's go ahead and just power through our harbor guilds so we get a little bit more resource production. I've again forgotten to save for... You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and not put these in, and instead we're gonna go ahead and send out a convoy. So Dipty, welcome on in. I guess for now we'll be sending out gold for whatever we can bring back. First send out gold and get back more laborers. That is a ton coming from Karan Kar. Okay, well, all of you guys want to give me a lot of money for my weapons. So, you know, let's go to the Pale Sisters. Nope, we get more of the Silver Tower of Sorcerers by a long shot. We just can't afford to put any more armaments in there. So we'll go ahead and dispatch you on out. 4,224 coming on back. Beautiful. Alright, now with the rest of our gold, we'll come on back over to the Grey Skull Lake and upgrade this and put in our goat pastures. Since we aren't using any of our gold. Alright, we skip through, we ignore our unassigned skill points. I'm just kidding. Let's go explosive ability, then we'll circle back over to stabilize bipod. Greater Arcane Conduit for more Spelled Master, so 15% basically more spelled damage. And then a 60% more spell recharge. Power recharge. Rook will give you that armor and melee defense. Well, in the turn, take down this MLP. Can't dunk the Stomp Stomper. Fair enough. Alright, goes straight after Blood Peak. There's nothing we can do here. Ogres, run over our hobgoblins. I'm sure Dodsley wants to hear all about it. Military access for the tribe. I mean, yeah, sure. So you can come on through and start fighting people. He's gonna make his way through the mountains. Alright, a Hobgoblin tribute. Numbers are superior, or just a blessing is fine. Let's go ahead and have the Cutthroats. Sacked and stole some gold. The Masters of Innovation are gone. Oh, sorry, Malachi. Looks like Throg got the better of you this time. Doom Kings, what are you guys doing there? You seem to be confused. You command... Oh, we got more Bull Centaurs. And an additional Dark Prophet, more research rate. Potion of Healing. How fantastic. Well, now Bulge Farg is just sitting here raiding. I'm thinking he's going to turn and run once we close the gap here. Saying we can go ahead and pose some seats. Any of these help us out more? Random armor would be pretty nice. Keep claiming these seats in tier 2. Bruce, destroy. Interesting, he's gonna run. How'd you do that, bud? Yeah, he's gonna be able to. Well, can we? Now there's nothing else we can do about it. All right, cool. Well, we're still gonna pursue you. Let them take some attrition. They're gonna go after the Titan's Notch next. No reason not to. Just deal as much damage to us before they get taken out.
Ailmancy.
Astragoth, you come on up. Dunk, Stomp Stomper isn't so scary. Take out their camp here. Bring back a few more laborers. Torg has been slain, and actually here's where we wouldn't mind that tower seat now. Dunk, Stomp Stomper is an interesting target. Let's go ahead and go into an ambush. Sneak our way up to about here. There's two directions we're going to get attacked from. But look what they did to the Great Hall. It's a cauldron full of gold. These are labor herding. Zorn Uzkul. Yep, let's go ahead and pull some labor out of here. Just pop it into Zorn Uzkul. Keep things rolling for now. Resource production's fine, but it could always be better. We just kind of pan around. We really can't afford to put in any more mines. We still have the workers for it right now. We'll be gaining them, but it doesn't seem like we get all that many against the ogres unless we're fighting just a ton of Noblars. Here at Correct Vrag, we will go ahead and put in the walls, make sure nothing bad happens. Earl, we'll go ahead and slowly start getting you some decent units. Great Taurus costs 275 a turn. We can just go ahead and give him the 2 Great Taurus. Giving the Wagyu Axe, keeping an eye on things.
I'll crush them all.
Doc and Dusty. Holding on to their land for some time here. Alright, here at Amble Peak, let's go ahead and put in income generating. That also is going to give us more income from post-battle loot in the nearby regions. So Valley of Horns and over here too, both. Should be nice. Then I think I will upgrade Karakazorn. That way it's got better defenses. Alright, looking at one more in turn, but that's going to be all the time I've got for today. Oh, end the turn and see how things play out. Olaf has been trying to convince us to be on his team the entire game. He wants a defensive alliance now. See, the thing is, I would like your lands. You've got lots of mountain holds and some marble here. That all belongs to me. Path of Fire. A recent eruption has created an unexpected opportunity for our convoy, a land bridge of semi-molten rock. No. I would prefer to keep my weaker personnel, thank you. So Ragog, the Two-Forter, is their new camp. Okay, let's come on into our tower then while we're here. Wrath of Tsar or just Conclave influence. I mean, more military or more influence. Let's go more influence. This will be better for us in the long run. And then we'll just have Astragoth ignore this camp for now and come on up to take the Veil of Titans. Cut off their escape. Mutimus. The Red Bull doesn't like fighting ogres so much. That we do know. We'll go ahead and... Got 2 outposts here already. Put this one on in as a factory. Use that 3rd factory to kind of boost the output on the other 2, at least for the beginning. I'm actually going to ignore walls. We'll go straight in for the Miner's Workshop. Not boosting it by a ton, but it is by a little bit. Go ahead and grab a Stickum for even more melee attack and weapon strength. And we'll move up for Boldvarg. Listen, brother, I'd like to have a fight against a normal ogre's army before... Nope, guess not. He's able to retreat through our area of control, which is not normally allowed. I think there's some 4D chess being played here where he's trying to go after Vrag or one of our other settlements. I don't think the ogres can handle a proper garrison. They'll just get run over. Get flattened on their way in. Beautiful, love the upkeep production, and then we've got ROM rail tip drill. But swap this over to the billowing smokestack so we don't lose as many laborers there. I'm thinking we'll go ahead and take this up to the final tier here in the armament assembly line. Goat herd, and we can go ahead and drop the upkeep for all of our big bull critters too. Alright, sweet, we played all the way through this turn as well, but thank you all so much for stopping by today's Astragoth Ironhand campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub throne, and I will see you all in the next one.